Hi, this is Sarah, and this is my extra credit video. I'm going to be talking today about religion. As you may or may not know, I'm Catholic, so today I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that, and being that it was Holy Week this weekend and last week, I think this is the perfect time to talk about that. So I'm just going to start with the basics about Holy Week and what each day kind of represents. So, Holy Week is the very special time in the Catholic Church where we recognize all that Jesus has done for us, being through his death, his resurrection, the institution of the Eucharist, and all of the many, many things that he does for us. So, Thursday starts Holy Week, and it is just this awesome day where we get to celebrate, most importantly, the institution of the Eucharist, but it is also a day in our church where the priest washes the feet of his parishioners. And that is just to symbolize that though he is kind of a pillar for the church, he is still, like Jesus, he is sent to serve and sent to be a guide for all of those who he serves and who need him. So the priest washes people's feet at Mass, just as on the night of the Last Supper, Jesus washed the feet of his apostles. And it just serves as a reminder, for us that metaphorically that we need to wash other people's feet, that we should humble ourselves enough and follow Jesus' example and just be a helping hand to others. And in the days of Jesus, washing people's feet was a job for the lowest of low servants, because they wore sandals everywhere and everything got in their feet and they had dirty feet. So for Jesus to kind of stoop down to that level was very surprising, and the apostles didn't quite know what to do with that. So Jesus, of course, taught them the lesson that though he is the greatest person that ever lived, he still needs to prove that he can serve and that he was sent to serve. So that is kind of the first part of the Holy Thursday Mass. And then also, Jesus institutes the priesthood. He tells the disciples, go out and do this to others. As I have done to you, do this to others, and do this in memory of me. So we get priests and bishops and even the Pope from the night of the Last Supper, Holy Thursday night. And of course, the biggest part is the institution of the Eucharist, where Jesus holds up bread and wine and says, "This is my body, this is my blood, and you need to do this in remembrance of me," which is a 2,000-year-old tradition that we still carry out today. Good Friday, there is no Mass. It is just a service. Good Friday is a solemn, solemn day where it is just a day full of contemplation and reflection, and it's always one of my favorite days. It just feels like kind of a sad day, but also one of the greatest days, because you know what Jesus did, and he died on the cross. So that day is amazing, and when you go to church that day, it's called veneration, and you venerate a cross as a reminder of what Jesus did. Holy Saturday is the Easter Vigil, and that is a very long Mass, but there's 9 readings. So there's 7 from the Old Testament, and then there's the epistle, so that's a letter, one of the letters that St. Paul writes, and then the gospel. So there's 9 readings, which can seem like a lot, but it covers everything. Basically, it's like a broad synopsis of the Bible and all that God did for his people, which is really neat. And also, Holy Saturday, there is the institution of new members into the Catholic Church, which is really a neat experience. People who have chosen of their own free will to either come back to the church or join it all together. This year, my soon-to-be uncle actually was brought into the Catholic Church. He converted and he was baptized, received his first communion, and confirmed all in one night, which is just the awesomeness that is Holy Saturday. And then, of course, to end the week is Easter Sunday, which then we finally get to sing at Mass, and everything is just decorated beautifully, and Jesus is risen, and that is the greatest gift ever. So I just, a lot of people kind of know about Easter, but maybe not about all the other stuff that goes with it. So today I just thought I'd share a little with you about the awesomeness that is Holy Week in the Catholic Church and all of the little traditions, and there are so many more, but I could talk about it for 3 hours, and I'm not going to do that today. But yeah, that's kind of Holy Week in a nutshell, and I just want to thank you and happy Easter.